How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to a 2 Point Campus. I hope you're having a good one because I am excited to be back, and I'm doubly excited because today we're going to Urban Bungle. So welcome to Urban Bungle, a new frontier in advanced technology, apparently not advanced talking and presenting videos with reasonable commentary, huh? All right, we're just gonna push through it. Every fiber of my being is saying, restart the video, Dylan. You screwed it up 2 seconds in, but we're gonna continue. Welcome to Urban Bungle, a new frontier in advanced technology and minimalist design, developed in a hurry from the chaotic mind of Bungle's own Sophie Nova. Rumor has it that Ms. Nova has become obsessed with building better, more automated robots, work with Bungle Technologies, and utilize their vast resources to realize Sophie's dream and build the campus of tomorrow today. So we're going to be running robotics, scientography, virtual normality, and internet history, which is interesting. It's also interesting that we have all of those pretty much immediately. That's kind of cool, actually. I'm kind of here for it. Hello there, my friend. We meet again. This time it's me who needs your help with robotics. Isn't it funny how things work out? I developed this little facility after all that fun at Mission, but I soon realized that we were missing one key ingredient: students. Oh, and you, of course. Together, I'm certain we can make a world-class factory, an exemplary campus, and lots of robots. Okay. So what do I need to do? 6 research projects available. I need a 2 lecture theaters. I need a science lab, an internet history teacher, scientography teacher, and virtual normality teacher. So let's get the teachers right away. And now all we need are the 2 lecture theaters and the science lab. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is build a relatively simple lecture theater right about here. And I think what we'll do is go for something like this and something like this. And what I can do is put this door right down here in the corner, and that'll work kind of perfectly. We can, of course, throw the auto cue in here because that will help things along just a little bit. We can also go ahead and do some surround sound in here just to help with the quality of education, I guess. So we'll do some surround sound there and there. I don't know that that's particularly good for sound, but it's fine. I'm just wanting the stats, to be quite honest. And I guess we'll also go for a whiteboard here. And how are we doing for temperature? This place is actually quite warm, so we're gonna need some air conditioning. So we'll go for some wall aircon right about there. That should keep us pretty good. And in terms of decorations, can I get a plant back here? I absolutely can. So that'll do for our theater, lecture theater. We can just go ahead and copy it and then put another one over here. And that's now everything we need in terms of lecture theaters. So let's figure out where we're gonna place a science lab. And I suppose right here is probably as good a place as any. And if I really wanted to, I could duplicate that and put it over here as well, which I might do just for the sake of symmetry, but I feel like that might be a waste of money. Now, what I would like to do is go ahead and get my hands on possibly a student lounge, possibly a student union. Now, a student union has to be 3x4, but what I'm thinking is that doing both of these is going to get out ahead of any issues where students are less than happy about our current setup. So we'll go ahead and get the 2-player arcade table and we'll place it right about there. We'll get ourselves the 2-player game table and place it right about there. And that should get out ahead of any issues where students want those things. But we can also perhaps go ahead and, well, let's see. Let's go ahead and maybe move this door to be here. Maybe we go ahead and get ourselves a nice room divider, and we'll do this and this and this. And what I want to do is sort of put a little kitchen area right about here, because I think that's going to be pretty great for getting us just food, essentially. They've got food, they've got hygiene. We can give them a fridge as well, which is also going to be a source of food for the students, and drinks, of course. So again, that should keep them relatively happy. And we can also give them a milkshake keg, which isn't healthy, but again, it's a way for them to get something to drink. So I think this is pretty good for a student lounge. A bunch of seating, a bunch of things for the students to do, ways for them to get food and drink. I think that's going to be kind of fantastic. So now what we can do is head over this way and just get ourselves a student union. Now, annoyingly, this student union is not going to, I guess, have any stage. It's not going to have a way for them to, you know, see a show or something like that. But honestly, I think that's just going to have to be the way it is. I think that's going to have to be okay because we just don't really have the space, and I don't really want to build a student union that has the space for a show just yet. I'm not really too interested in it. I just want to build something that's going to be good for them to sort of sit and chill, really. So we'll do a table here. We'll do a table, say, here. And what we can do is throw maybe some darts right about here, for example. Could be a cool place for some darts. We can do a jukebox maybe down in this corner, which I think is kind of a cool spot for it. And I think we could potentially go ahead and get ourselves the Meat Wizard machine, perhaps up in this corner, or maybe Crazy Taxi. Would it fit? I kind of wish it would, but it definitely won't. So we'll just do the Meat Wizard one, and that'll be fine. And that right there can be a student union for everybody. So that should keep the students nice and happy. Let's get ourselves, I guess, Jeffrey Barnacle to work in the student union, and we'll set you up to only work in the student union. And that should give us some relatively happy students. Now, let me just check something. We have a single janitor right now. I would like to have a look and see what that janitor can do. And that janitor can do maintenance. Okay. So let's go ahead and get William Catborn and get him ready for some upgrades here and there. Because we could, for example, upgrade the lecterns. And to be quite honest, I'd like to do that as quickly as we possibly can. And I'm also curious, what's the capacity on this room? It's 8. Interesting. I feel like I've noticed something that I'm trying to do recently is balance the size of the room versus the capacity. And I feel like it'd be kind of cool if we could get more than 8 people into the computer lab, but it's not going to be a thing. Whatever the case, let's go ahead and start the academic year. We are bringing in 40 students. We don't have the means to, I guess we don't have the means to bring in any more on those, and it doesn't look like we have the points to bring in any other courses. So we'll leave it be for now. If we could upgrade the campus to level 7, we probably could bring in a few more, but 40 students in year 1 is fine. Let's start the academic year. Let's get people in here and see what's going on and see what we need to do. So we need to upgrade 10 items, complete School of Thought course research project. Dormitory rating needs to be 90%. Now that we can do easily because obviously we can do the sort of super dormitory thing that we've been doing. Monthly profit of $40,000. This is actually going to be a very, very easy 1-star campus. It's not necessarily going to happen in year 1, but it's going to be relatively easy. And I would almost reckon that I could potentially get away. No, I probably couldn't. I was going to say I could do a bunch of single dormitories, but I think part of the reason that the dormitories are rated so highly is because they are giant dormitories. So to get a giant... Ooh. I didn't know we had rooms down here. Now, hold on a second. I can absolutely get some fantastic dormitories in here. I could do a giant dormitory down here at the bottom if I wanted to, which, to be quite honest, I'm thinking I might do. I could do this. And that's just going to be one enormous dormitory. It's ridiculous, but I'm kind of here for it. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if I can necessarily actually do this, but we're gonna find out if we've got the spacing for this. Oh, we absolutely do have the spacing to make this happen. Oh, we're gonna do this. We're also gonna do it this way, where it's sort of mirrored down the middle, just because I want to be a little bit weird like that. So we'll have those face that way. We'll have these ones face sort of this way, and this is gonna be good. Let's go for the brown bed frame. I think that'll be pretty good, and we can just go ahead and I'm just gonna stick a bunch of beds in here, really. I'm not going to go too crazy with it right now because the main goal is for the dormitory rating to be 90% or higher. I'm pretty sure this will near enough immediately give us a really good rating for the dormitory. And there we go. We have a giant dormitory. Dormitory rating is already 100%, which is kind of fantastic. And we have 40 students applied to this or assigned to this with $100,000 in rent per year. So not bad. Definitely not bad. That'll keep them nice and happy there. Now, what have I done here? Level up 100 internet history students. Not bad. Don't mind if I do. Doesn't look like I've done anything else right now, though, so we'll stick with that one. And apparently temperature is a problem in here. Now, is it too cold or is it too hot? It's a little difficult to tell, I'm going to be honest. So we'll put that there, which seems to have helped a little bit. We'll put this here, which seems to have helped as well. And then in this middle part, let's just go ahead and throw a little air conditioning thing by the door. And that seems to have helped out. That's actually made it worse. That's made these areas too cold now. So if I sell you, let's have a look and see how this is looking now. That's not too bad. You might need to go as well. And then looking at that room, temperature is about as good as it's going to be. 93% is good enough for me. So that should keep them relatively happy in there. That should give us a nice chunk of change. Although students were complaining about a library. There's actually a few of them that have some requests for assignments. So they also want a love bench. Of course they want a love bench. They always want a love bench. We'll give them a love bench here and a love bench here, and that should keep them happy enough. And then for assignments, they want a library, they want study cubicles, and they want a library. So let's give them a library. And I think what we could do, given that these sides are different sizes, is we could potentially give them a library that's quite weirdly shaped, but that I mean, like this, for example, it's a weird shape. It is, without a doubt, but it's also, I think, going to be fantastic for the students to use to learn things. So let's make a kind of expensive library, I guess. And let's remember what courses we have. So we have robotics. That's going to be something we need a bookcase for. So we'll go ahead and throw... In fact, let's do that. Let's take these out of here. Let's do a... Oh, I don't think it's going to let me do this, actually. Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do then. Let's go a little bit more expensive. Let's do the giant library reception, because I think it's going to look a little bit cooler if we do that. So we'll go for... this. Gives us that nice big desk right in the middle. And I can maybe do... Can I do this? Can I do this? I can do this, which I'm sort of here for. So we'll do a nice bookcase there and there. And we can maybe do some kind of decoration in between those. So this can be our entrance area. And then what I want to do is get a robotics bookcase. And I'm going to put it right here. I then want to get my hands on bookcases for everything else. So we have robotics. We have things like scientography in here as well. Do I have all of the available bookcases, though? That's the real question. What is this? Virtual normality? Isn't that something we have right now? I don't have the kudosh for it, though. That's interesting. I also don't seem to have the bookcases for 3 of the courses that we have here, which is a little bit alarming, I'm going to be honest. But I guess that's just going to be the way of it. I guess that's okay. So I think what we'll do is let's go ahead and get some study cubicles instead. And we'll just go 1 and... Oh, I don't know if I can do this. Okay, we'll go for 1 and we'll go for 2. And I guess we can just go for this layout right here for now until we get the kudosh to improve it. And that's okay by me. This is good enough. This does the job. Now, let's see what else they want. They want sci-fi films. We can absolutely do that, I suppose. We'll go for end of March and do that every single year. And they also want Crescent Benches, which I guess we can go ahead and place maybe by the entrance, I suppose. We'll do a nice Crescent Bench there. And we'll do another one just opposite, I guess, right about there. And that should keep them happy. I think those are evenly spaced. The shadows are throwing it off a little bit, but we'll assume those are evenly spaced and that'll be okay. Now we do need to get another assistant. We'll go for, I guess, Isabel Peril right here, and Isabel can work in the library, and that should give my students somewhere to go and study. I've also got the game running at normal speed. We'll speed things up a little bit there. Now, let's go ahead and upgrade the robotics project there. Let's also go and upgrade the lectern. We can upgrade the VR platform, but we can upgrade this lectern as well. And that'll give us a bunch of things that we can nicely upgrade. And while that's going on, I think it might not be a bad idea to look into getting our hands on a research lab, which has to be 4x4, which will fit quite nicely into that corner. And so what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get a research lab here. We don't have crazy amounts of money to spend on making this place super fancy, and it doesn't seem like there's too many things that will improve the 12% research power, but it is $50,000. Okay, so there are some things that will improve research ability, but we'll just sort of leave it be for now. We'll just get some attractiveness into the room. We'll go ahead and get an air conditioning unit into the space as well. And what we'll do is immediately start the project for, I don't actually know what we're looking for. Complete School of Thought course research project. School of Thought course research project. It's this. What do I need for this? I need $50,000. Okay. Well, that should be easy enough. We should have $50,000 shortly, I would imagine. They want why do they want benches? Why do they want so many benches? They always seem to want benches. I mean, it's whatever, really. It's not like I can't do it. It's just, it is a little bit odd that they constantly want benches. That's another statement. They want the love trumpets. That sounds dirty. I'm gonna say it. It just does, doesn't it? Love trumpet just sounds kind of filthy. I'm just putting it out there. So it turns out the School of Thought course has 3,000 research points required to be a thing. So let's go ahead and get a few more teachers working on this so that we can hopefully do it sooner than later, because otherwise it's going to take like 750 days. It's going to take a little while to get that done. So I suppose what we need to do at this point is get ourselves more research teachers, which is going to be slightly tricky to do. We only have one right now, and the rest of them are not researchers. So maybe what we actually need to be doing is getting our hands on a training room and then hiring some teachers that I can train up to then be researchers. So we'll go ahead and get a training room, I guess, here. I don't love that. What if we didn't do it right there? What if we put the training room like here? That seems like a waste of space, though, I've got to be honest. What if we did it like over in this building or up in here, for example? Or literally anywhere, really. I guess, let's do a training room here. Let's do the door for the training room right in the middle. Let's do the training, no, I don't want to cancel the room overview and awards. I don't care about the awards, I'm going to be honest. But what we'll do is, well, maybe move the door right to the side. Put the training room thing, well, what if the door was over here? So put the door there, put the training room thing here, and then the training rooms can have this lovely view of a little garden, and that seems like it'll be kind of nice. So we'll get some screens in here just to, you know, make the place a little more effective. So a nice screen there and a screen right there as well. And I guess now we just need to get an air conditioning unit, which can live right about, I'm going to say right down in that corner, should be fine. And that's going to be our training room. And then I'm going to copy it if I can, which I can. It's 42,000. Swing it around and place it right about there. So now we have two of them. What I can do is upgrade, and I don't have the money to upgrade. And I've just realized I have more rooms that I need. I have a lot of rooms that I need, and they're quite expensive. So I'm gonna need to take a loan. I wasn't paying attention to what we were doing. $250,000. Thank you very much. Now, one thing I totally forgot to think about was that leveling up my campus so much would give me a lot of course points. So what I can do is go and upgrade, for example, robotics. Or I could go and upgrade it again if I really wanted to. Now, if I was to do that, we're going to go up to 90 students. We're going to go up to 100 students. We're going up to 100 students regardless of what I do. So let's go for, I mean, this is a robotics focused thing. So we'll go for an upgrade to oh my God, we need another lecture theater, oh God. We have $47,000. I don't think we're going to be able to actually do this, but I'll give it a shot. I wasn't really paying attention to what I might need. Gotta be quite honest with you. Really wasn't paying attention to what I might need. Now we have Robo Construction down here. I can't afford to copy it, so I am I'm gonna regret this so much. Gonna go take another loan, and I'm gonna go ahead and copy this. And now fortunately, it actually does fit quite nicely up in this space here. The only thing is I need to move the door, don't I? So how am I gonna figure this out? Let's get rid of you for a second. Let's put the door for this room here. And then we need to figure out where like the main thing of the room goes. That's the tricky part here. So the hand needs to go somewhere. And actually looks like it can sort of just go in the middle of the room. Oh boy. Oh no, it can go there. Okay, so that's fine. $62,000. That was that's Robo Design. That's not Robo Construction. Hold on a minute. Give me that back. Give me that money again. That was the wrong room. I need this one, which is also hopefully, nope, not gonna fit there at all. All right, and now we're in a position where we can go ahead and start the academic year. I'm a little nervous about this because I have a feeling we are not in any way, shape, or form gonna have enough money to actually keep going, but we'll see what happens. I'm sure everything's gonna be fine. Let's start the academic year. We're bringing in a bunch of students, so we'll see. We'll see what goes on. We'll see what happens. I'm sure the students are gonna be thrilled with their dormitory condition, especially since it's currently broken, which is great. That's just what we're looking for. Let me go ahead and hire you, and let me go ahead and hire you as well, because we have a lot of broken things right now, and I feel like we might need a few janitors to start fixing some of this. So go and hire you as well, and we'll see if we can maybe start fixing the condition of the dormitories. It'd definitely be nice. It would definitely be nice if we could do that. So let's see what the students want. They want an analog monitor in the computer lab. I'm pretty sure we can manage to do that. We'll go ahead and put an analog monitor right there, and that'll help out with an assignment. You want a VR projector. Nope, not happening. You want Jasmine Odyssey here. Well, we can't schedule that event because we don't have a stage. So no. Student Union Party, I will do. That's no problem. We can absolutely do that. We'll do it at the end of November every year. We can give you a student lounge party, and we'll do that at the end of November every year as well. So you get two parties, you can pick one, go to one. You want a super console for $6,000 somewhere. Why are you unhappy? Daydreaming, tired, and sad. What is this? Inbox message. What do you want? A dance floor? Get out of here. I'll give them stuff. Wait, I have to research the super console. Okay, no, we're not doing that. Crazy taxi machine. I mean, this can kind of go anywhere. Let's be honest. Crazy taxi machine can go absolutely anywhere. I just don't really feel like, placing one randomly right now, so I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do, though, is go and place a bunch of bins everywhere because my students are filthy, filthy animals who just throw their garbage. Look at this place. Look at this place. For all the size of it, they have absolutely covered it in garbage. They are animals. Now, I will say, when it comes to this space down here, I think what I might do, well, one of two things that I'm going to do is I'm going to repay this loan immediately because I will then make more money. But what I also want to do is get myself a bunch of kiosks because that's going to keep the students relatively happy. I'm also thinking that if I really wanted to, I could put more dormitories into a lot of this space. I'm not gonna do that, but I think I will just put a bunch of kiosks down here. So we'll go for this one. We'll just go for all of them, really. So we'll just sort of stack them like this and turn this into like sort of a little food court type area. We can maybe get some room dividers sort of at the sides like this to make it feel a little bit more enclosed, and maybe like this as well, and really turn it into like a little food court. I think that's kind of cool. We can, of course, get some tables, and I think in this case the tables can be, we'll go for purple because I think that'll be pretty cool. And what I'll do is, I guess, a table, well, maybe that way around. No, we'll do that way. A table there and a table there. And we'll sort of just do that. Nothing too crazy, just 4 tables where they can sort of chill. We can maybe get some art in here as well if we really wanted to. I don't think that would be a bad idea. So we'll go for the red one. We'll go for the green one, and we'll go for the blue one. And I think that's a pretty cool looking area, to be quite honest. Although it is apparently quite warm, so let's see if we can get some air conditioning down here, since it is very warm. We can get some air conditioning there, and that'll cool it down. And I suppose now we just need the assistants to work in here. So let's go to here. Let's pause while we do it. And let's go for Gertrude Baffle. Let's go for Rupert's Bucket. Let's go for Kelly Maverick. And let's go for, I guess, Lydia Rowe. And I do need one more, but I mean, I don't really want to hire you because you're very good at being a librarian. So we'll, I guess, hold off for a second and just get these guys assigned. Now, interestingly, we did for a second there have something that was so broken it was stopping us from functioning as a campus, which is a bit of a concern. What's also concerning is the fact that everything keeps breaking and my janitors are not doing a very good job of fixing any of it. I don't necessarily love that that's happening, but I suppose we'll manage. Let's go ahead and upgrade the training pods here as well while we have that going on. And let's also go ahead and get ourselves, I guess, Macy Champion, who can go and work at one of these stalls as well. I keep clicking the wrong button there. I want to go to this tab right here, and now we have staff working all of the stalls down here. So that should be pretty good. That should keep people relatively happy, and hopefully that's going to be good for us. We're 66% of the way through that project. Dormitory rating is still 79% despite the fixes. So what that says to me is that what we might want to do is make the dormitories just a bit better. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to come over here and let's see. I could do a dormitory here if I really wanted to. It's not, this isn't really a good size for a dormitory though. It's 7 across. So we're going to have some extra space, which I don't necessarily love. I might do it anyway. Or I suppose we could go elsewhere if we cancel the room. We could come down here, which actually might be a really good spot. It's 9 across. So the answer there is no. It is in fact not a good spot at all. That's kind of frustrating. Although this is potentially a good spot. Oh, the door's in the way. Never mind. Let's figure out another plan for the dormitories. Although I will say, I've just realized I can build a new campus building down here. So let's go for, I'm gonna say 10 across, because that's gonna be, you know, that'll give me room for 5, essentially dormitories in the one room. And I suppose what I could do is I could potentially do this. This might give me a little bit more than that, which would be kind of cool. So we could do 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. That'd be 3, 4, 5. All this extra space isn't necessarily needed though. What I'm thinking is something, oh, this has to be 5 by 5. Wait, oh, the campus, it's the building, isn't it? Okay. How am I gonna do this then? I'm trying to figure out what way this dormitory building is necessarily gonna work, and I think this is what we'll do. We'll have the entrance here. We'll do sort of a nice fancy entrance for it. And then maybe we also extend the dormitory this way. This is going to be a weird looking building, but I'm kind of willing to give this a shot because I'm curious to see what we're about to end up with. So that can be a dormitory building. A dormitory building, a campus building. It's also going to be a dormitory building. So now it's time to figure out what we can do for a dormitory. And I'm thinking it's going to be this, it's going to be this, and it is going to wrap around this space, potentially. So if I put a door here, actually, if I did that, can I make something that's going to be kind of weird here? I feel like I potentially can. I need to move you, and I need to do something like this. Now, this would be a little bit offset, but I could, in theory, get 2 rooms right in there. We can sort of do this the entire way along as well, and that's pretty cool. And then what we can potentially do is, I need to move you around like this. We can do a couple of, we can have a pretty weird looking dormitory space here, but I'm sort of okay with it. And what I might actually do instead here is this, move you, and then this. We'll have this be like an open space. That's weird looking, but I'm really into it. I'm really, really into that. And this is our new dormitory, which should keep everyone happy. But what's terrifying is the list of campus requirements down the side right now. We need a computer lab, a lecture theater, robo construction, a science lab, a VR lab, 2 more teachers there, 2 more teachers there, a teacher there, and a teacher there. We need so much right now. It is it's a little bit intimidating. I'm going to be quite honest, but we'll go ahead and get a teacher and go and get another teacher. We need more virtual normality, which is going to be you, I suppose. We need robotics, which is going to be you. We're going to need more robotics, which is going to be you. And now we need all of the rooms. I don't know what this is. It is kind of ridiculous. It is kind of ridiculous what we happen to need right now in terms of rooms. I'm pretty sure we can afford it, but whether or not we actually have the space for any of it is another matter entirely. We might actually need to get ourselves another chunk of land here, which is not that expensive to do, but it's still money. But in the meantime, we at least have this. So let's start, I suppose, with a computer lab. We can go ahead and copy this one, which is going to be $58,000. Oh boy. I'm starting to think this, I'm really starting to think this is going to be quite expensive. I don't want to pick up the room. I want to modify the room by picking up the door, and I want to put the door down here. And then what I want to do is grab the computer lab, and I'm going to place it right about here, I think, is where I'm going to place it. So that should be pretty good for us. That did get rid of most of the windows. It did keep that one though, which I think is lovely. I'd like to see about getting more windows here though. I think it's kind of cool having windows between the 2 labs, especially since that one's robotics, you know? I think the computer lab here is actually going to be really cool. So let's put the whiteboard there. Let's put this thing on that wall, and let me see if I can do some windows just the entire way along here, and I absolutely can. I just think that looks cool. I think that's a really cool way to tie those rooms together, so that's something I quite enjoy. We do need another lecture theater though, and that's going to be something that's slightly trickier to fit in anywhere. Although it will, admittedly, it will go here, and I think that's probably where it's going to go. So lecture theater right about there works for me. Gives us room for maybe pastoral care or a medical office right there. It's certainly not going to get anything else in there that we need right now, but that's a start. So I guess at this point we are going to need to get ourselves another building, and we do in fact have a ridiculous number of course points that we could be spending here as well if I really wanted to. Now, that's going to bring us up to 151 students. That gives me 35 course points. But if I didn't spend those, what I could do right now is bring internet history, scientography, and I guess virtual normality up a considerable amount. which I think is going to require another room. It does need another science lab. I have $74,000. I might need to take another loan. There's a really good chance I'm going to need to take another loan here. This is getting ridiculous. This is actually getting ridiculous. How am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do this? I need a loan. I do need a loan. I need this one. All right. $174,000. Robo construction, science lab, VR lab. I'm gonna have to build them from scratch is what I'm gonna have to do. So it has to be 5 by 4. That's 5, that's 4. I guess what we'll do is put the door here. We'll put the machine thing here. And that's all it actually needs. So that's gonna do for now. In terms of robo construction, and I guess a science lab, robo construction has to be 6 by 6. So that's not going in here. This has to be 5 by 5, which is that right there. And honestly, that works for me. So let's do this. We'll go for the board right there. We'll do the machine thing, I guess, right here. And again, I think that's going to be good enough. I'm not going to go too crazy fleshing this out with a whole bunch of stuff. $19,200. Now I just need robo construction, which has to be 6 by 6. So can I, by any chance, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So what that says to me is I could get a little 6 by 6 or 6 by 7 space here. We'll go 6 by 8 with a nice sort of side door. I want to say here, perhaps, or there. I'm going to say side door there. And that'll be enough for us to do what we got to do. That'll give us the space that we need for this new room. So let's go and get robo construction, and it's going to live right there. And that's fine by me. Again, we're going to give it the basics. We're going to give it essentially just everything it needs and nothing more. So, well, obviously a bit of air conditioning as well is needed. But that right there is good enough for me. So now we have everything we need. We still have $89,000. Let's just go ahead and get a bunch of vending machines in here to give the students somewhere to get some food and some snacks. And other than that, that's all they're getting. That's good enough, is what that is. I do need more janitors, though. I really do. So let me just very quickly get a small army of them. And now that that's done, we'll start the academic year. We're bringing in a lot of students, but we should potentially, hopefully, be able to do some good here. Is this dormitory over here having some trouble? It isn't. We're down to like 69% in the dormitory rating, which I have to imagine is because there's probably so many students now going into my dormitories that this new one that I've built is essentially doing nothing for us, which is a little bit disappointing, but I guess that's the way of things. We can hopefully figure that out at some point. Not really sure how I'm going to figure it out, I'll be honest with you, because the way I'm looking at it is we probably don't have the money to figure that out. That's kind of where I'm at. So gonna be a rough time for the old university campus here, I think. Gonna be a bit of a rough time, definitely. So I suppose what we're gonna have to do, realistically here, is get our hands on a few more dormitories. And I think what I'm gonna do to make that possible is I'm just gonna build a couple of 2x2 dormitories. We're gonna go old school with this, but try and give them just something that's gonna be a really, really nice space. Just the best possible dormitory that we can do in a 2x2 space. And then this is going to be easy to copy and paste into different locations as well, which I think is going to help us out. So we'll do this. We'll go ahead and get does the desk increase attractiveness? I don't actually know that it does, but I feel like the desk is pretty good to have. We can throw maybe, I'm not actually going to do a rug underneath there. I am going to do a bin in there though. We'll do sort of the notice board by the desk as well. And honestly, I think that's okay. We're not going to go too crazy with it. We could maybe do a window just on the back there. I think that'd be pretty good. And what I can now do is just copy and paste this just a couple of times over to hopefully bring the general sort of quality of the dormitories up a little bit. It is going to mean we have a bit of a weird space there if I copy it again, so I'm not going to do that. But what I will do is go in and just grab some decorations, because I think throwing just a little bit of customization into some of these spaces might be a good idea. So a nice big sort of rug right there. We can maybe throw a print up on that wall, maybe some art up on this wall, maybe this up on that wall. And that makes the dormitories there, at least, a little bit better. And now what I want to do is go and copy this and do it again, because we have other spaces where these can go. So here, for example, we can do another dormitory. And I'm going to take the personalizations out of there for a second, copy it and paste it again. And we can kind of keep going with this down. Ooh, apparently that one's not going to work. That's a little bit odd. Why is that not going to work? So we need another 11% on this dormitory rating, but this little system here has definitely helped. Now, I think to get the dormitory rating up that little bit higher, I mean, this place is 90%. I do kind of wonder if doing some stuff with the temperature might help us a little bit. So if I was to put that in there, for example, does that help at all? It's still 90%. So the answer is no, it doesn't. There are a few students refusing to pay their fees. It seems like some of them have medical issues, some of them have pastoral issues. I think, or rather I guess, what we might just need to do then is more dormitories. I think it's that simple, really. It's just more dormitories. So let's go to this space here and let's see what we can do. We can get a very thin corridor right there, which I don't love the idea of doing. I don't love these little thin corridors, but to be quite honest, I think that's just what we're gonna do. We're just gonna do a little thin corridor here, and we'll go for the same layout, not the same layout, but the same, I guess, items of furniture that we've done this entire time for every single one of the dormitories. Now, somehow this brought my dormitory rating down, and I'm actually not 100% sure how it did that. So what I guess I'll do is throw a bit more in the way of decoration in here to try and bring the prestige of this place up a little bit. So we'll just get some stuff that's hopefully going to make this particular dormitory a little bit less miserable, because for some reason it is kind of miserable. So we'll give them like a nice bookcase there. We can give them like a nice art print right about there. Maybe a nice sort of neon sign on one of the walls or something like that. And let's see what we're looking at now. 76%. That's still pretty bad. And so, again, surprisingly, that's still pretty bad. Now, admittedly, I'm pretty sure the dormitory rating will actually go up at the end of the year. So this might be kind of a non-issue because it will go up at the end of the year. But still kind of weird. Still kind of weird that it went down. I guess they just don't like the fact that, and so many of them have requests. I guess they just don't like the fact that they're kind of cramped in there. Now, let's see. They want an analog server. I do have the money to start meeting some of these requests, so let's give them an analog server. They want, I guess, the development station for robo construction. We can do that right there. That should keep them happy. Robotics open day, sure. A clown dresser. No, we're not doing that. Crazy taxi machine. I guess it's about time we give them the crazy taxi machine. I think it's only fair. They've suffered enough without it. So crazy taxi machine right there. They want a dance floor? No. Statue of Love? No. DJ sous chef? No. Posh painting in the dormitory? We can, I guess, do that. We'll go for like right here for the posh painting, and that should keep them happy. Wait, what dormitory was it they wanted it in? This one? All right, we can do that. Posh painting right there. Up to 79%. Oh, we should probably add some art to this place. It's kind of miserable looking, isn't it? Hold on a minute. Let me just see if I add some art into this dormitory, is it going to make it considerably better? I mean, prestige level 10 now is pretty good. We'll do like this right here. And we're now at still 79%. Okay, so it didn't make it that much better. Virtual normality bookcase. I will unlock that because we did want that earlier. And we'll go ahead and place it right about there, which is apparently blocking that. So there we go. We've got virtual normality right about there. They want that bookcase, which we can't afford. They want a student union party. They don't want much, do they? They don't want much. We'll go ahead and give them a party right about there. You want a super console. We'll unlock that with research. There you go. We'll start working on that. Experiment station. Sure. Again, they don't want much, do they? Place it right about there. Super console is under works. This I can't afford, so no. Open day report, sure. Student lounge party. Oh my God. They really... I've been neglecting all the stuff that they want. I'm going to be quite honest. That's what's going on here. Robotics console. All right. Let's give them a robotics console right about here. I think that's kind of a cool place for it. And clown trunk. No. Statement. Sure. Statement. Sure. Circuit board. Sure. Why not? Give you a circuit board in your dormitory. That's not weird. And a bat poster. All right. Put it there. Right. So we're kind of rich now. It's just the students don't like their accommodation. That's the biggest problem we have. And so now as we approach the end of the academic year, I'm curious to see if the dormitory rating goes up because we're not, and it does, because we don't have as many students that are staying here. It's going back down though, which is a little bit worrying. I was kind of hoping it would go up to 90%, but I get the feeling that we have so many students that are staying here that it's not necessarily going to go to 90%, which is a little bit disappointing. I was really hoping it would. It's not that we don't, I mean, we have money, right? We need a lecture theater, robo construction, robo design. We can do all of that. I was just really hoping that, was really hoping for, oh wait, it is 86%. Can it get to 90? Give me 90% on this, please. There's no way it doesn't get there. There's no way it doesn't get there. Unless, I mean, I could just build up this space when we have just bought it, obviously. Could build that space up. Although we could also increase robotics. And we could go and do virtual normality. Which doesn't seem like a bad idea at all. We do... Actually, we don't need all of the stuff that we needed. We just need another lecture theater and 2 more teachers. So, wait, what was it we needed? Robotics and virtual normality? So, robotics and virtual normality. So that's that done. We just need a lecture theater now. That's easy. I guess what we could do is... How big is this dormitory over here? Let me have a very, very quick look at how big this dormitory is. It is 24 across. Okay. Can I be so bold as to get a 24 across down here? I can. In fact, I can go to 28, which is perfect. So I'm going to do that. And I guess what I'm going to do is this, which is a decent little start. And then what I'm going to do is something like this, which I think is a fair sort of sized space. I'm pretty sure actually I could take this whole chunk out, and what I'll do is a little side door here, and I'm gonna do sort of a side door. Well, actually the lecture theater, actually no, this should be fine. This is gonna be ridiculous. This is objectively going to be ridiculous, but I'm going to commit to this. I'm gonna do this. So those are connected together nicely. And oh man, this is gonna be stupid looking, but we are gonna commit to this idea. We'll bring this around to like there, so it connects up nicely. We'll bring this sort of over a little bit and down like that and over like this, so it connects up nicely. Bring this guy over so that all connects up as well. And let's bring a section out from here and a section out from here. So that's all sort of connected together in, you know, a bit of a weird-ish way, but that's fine. It works. Let's do this, 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 and this. And I guess that as well. All right. So that, I suppose, is now sort of perfect. Let me go and grab this dormitory, right? And we're going to just put it down here. And by the looks of it, I have space to extend it, which is very, very exciting. So let me take that door out of there. Let me take that door out of there. And we can do this to extend it just that little bit further. Now, apparently these rooms down here aren't very happy about this, and I'm not sure why. I actually don't know what's going on with all this furniture. I was really hoping I wouldn't have to replace all of this. Is it that? No, it was that was causing the problem. Okay. Well, that's good. That means it's not the end of the world. Although what I have realized is we have this symmetry in the middle that's no longer symmetrical, which is kind of frustrating, but I guess that's just the way of it. That's fine. Oh, it turns out that was in fact enough to get the dormitories to where I wanted them to be. Everyone seems convinced that robots are our future, but is it possible that we're actually their past? I suppose it's all a matter of perspective, and frankly, that kind of thinking makes me frightfully sleepy. Whatever happens, just know that I hold you responsible. Okay, well that seems a little bit unnecessary, but sure. We need level 13 students, we need more attractiveness, and we'll be 2 stars. I'm kind of here for it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of here for it. Let's get some more windows along here just to you know, keep that design going through there. And in terms of lecture theaters, I'm pretty sure all I need to do now is go and grab this one, copy it, and I'm pretty sure I can go ahead and probably put it right down here. And I absolutely can. I could put it this way as well if I wanted to. I don't think I want to. I think we'll just sort of do this. And we'll, I guess, approve that. And that is now our lecture theater. I might get rid of these windows, though, because they are kind of weird to have into the back of the lecture theater. So something like that is fine. We can go ahead and get some air conditioning to here and to here. And then what I'll do is throw a few vending machines into the hallway with possibly a bin just to make sure that these animals actually clean up after themselves. And then we are pretty much set, which is kind of fantastic. We've kind of done a good thing here. So a bin right about there seems good to me. Let's start the academic year. And I would imagine, I mean, attractiveness level is easy. That part I can do. I just need to go and throw a bunch of plants around the place, really. So if we go and turn the attractiveness overlay on, I can put a plant right there, and that helps out a little bit. I can put a plant or anything really anywhere, and it's probably going to make the place look nicer. Okay, so apparently it's not quite as easy to get the campus attractiveness up as I thought it was going to be. I have managed to throw a bunch of paintings everywhere and plants and all that good stuff, but for the most part the place is still relatively unattractive. So what I could do if I really wanted to is go around and place a bunch of trees. That is certainly an option that I have. That is some, you know, it's something that would help, right? It makes this area a little bit nicer. For example, I could go and place a nice tall tree if I really wanted to, or a slim tree somewhere like right here, and say right there. And that does help us out a little bit. And that's actually maybe something I should just do a bit more of, like this, and this, right? Brings up the attractiveness around there. I could dot this wall with a few trees as well, which honestly, I'm kind of feeling this. I'm gonna be honest. It is gonna start blocking windows, but the windows have already got blinds in front of them, so Might as well just throw some trees around and make the place a little nicer looking. We could throw a tree, say, here and here as well. And I think that's okay. I don't think it's really, it hasn't really brought the percentage up at all, but it looks all right. It looks okay. I do think the attractiveness will go up towards the end of the year. I think that'll help us out a lot. But I don't think we're going to get level 13 students necessarily anytime soon. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to start queuing up some training for my teachers, because my teachers, and there are many of them, they need it. They need to be a bit better so they can help my students level up, I guess. So every single teacher is going to be getting training to just be better at their job. And that'll take a while. I'm not really expecting all of the teachers to, you know, obviously they're not going to go through this immediately, but I have been upgrading the training pods, so it should be fine. We should manage to get them there in a reasonable amount of time. And I think I can upgrade the training pods again. I don't know if I got them to level 3 or not. I guess we can find out. Apparently I did. So training pods already level 3. I am wondering, can I upgrade them again? Is that an option? I don't think it is, which is a little bit unfortunate, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and start looking into upgrading the Mega Hand, since we can upgrade that, since we have like 2 of them. I think we have 1 or 2 of them. I'm pretty sure. I know we have one down here somewhere. We have one in, where do we have a Mega Hand? I know there's one right there. I knew we had a Mega Hand somewhere. So yeah, we have a Mega Hand. I could swear, I think we accidentally placed a second one at one point. So we do only have 1, but that's fine. That's okay. Okay, so it is now the end of the academic year. We're gonna find out if the attractiveness rating of the campus goes up. Obviously, we didn't get 13 level 13 students, which is fine. I would imagine the attractiveness will go up because all the garbage is going to go away, which is, you know, what's bringing a lot of the attractiveness down. A lot of things get fixed as well, which is fantastic. But I'm gonna be honest, I really don't feel like building all of these rooms and getting more this campus is huge. I am having fun with it, but this almost seems like the type of campus. Oh my god, I can go over there. I didn't know I could go over there. That is news to me. Wow. Can I go over here? Oh my god. This map is enormous. It's actually huge. And that's great, but oh man, I almost want to like tear this campus down and rebuild it, because I feel like I could do such cool stuff with this kind of campus, with this space. It's huge. There's so much space. But what I think I could do is like put robo construction, a bunch of robo construction labs in one space, a bunch of lecture theaters in another space, a bunch of robo design and VR lab. I feel like I could put each different course in its own building, and that would be kind of cool to do that, I think. I just feel like that's a lot of work right now, and I feel like I've gone too far with this current design to be able to do that. But I want to do that. Does that make, I feel like that makes sense. I feel like this is a really cool campus where we could make a huge, I mean, I guess I could do it, right? I could buy this space, put like a giant building in there, do a whole bunch of science labs, for example. I could buy these spaces and kind of do similar. And then gradually get rid of these buildings. Maybe that is what we do. Okay. Let's buy this space as an empty plot. Let's buy this space as an empty plot and this space as an empty plot. So we're going to get all of those. We're also going to get this as an empty plot because honestly, it could potentially be a massive dormitory, to be quite honest with you. And I'm going to grab this as an empty plot as well. So now we have all this space to play with. Oh, we've got so much building we could do. but I think it's going to be really good. I think this is going to be good for us.